James Buchanan Barnes, also known as Bucky, debuted for Marvel Comics in Captain America #1 from March of 1941, acting as the sidekick and close friend of the title hero, Steve Rogers. Throughout the original series, which acted as little more than glorified propaganda, Bucky and Cap fought alongside the Allied forces to claim victory over the combined might of Nazi Germany and the Empire of Japan during the height of World War II in Europe. Bucky's father was a U.S. Army soldier that died before he could be officially deployed into World War II. Now an orphan, Bucky would be adopted by a nearby U.S. military camp and become a form of mascot for them, where he befriended Steve Rogers. After walking in on Steve changing and realizing he was in fact Captain America, he would be trained and become Rogers' sidekick and partner on the field. I would have just killed him and dumped the body for finding out my secret, but maybe that's just me. Not only was Bucky the loyal teammate of Captain America, but he also found himself among the ranks of the Young Allies, a group of kids who banded together to fight the Axis powers, putting themselves into harm's way. That's always nice. After World War II came to an end, superheroes began to fade from the public's eye a little bit, and Captain America stories no longer had a place in society. The war was over, and it seemed Cap and Bucky were too. Fast forward to March of 1964, with the 4th issue of The Avengers that brought Captain America back to life as a member of Marvel's newly formed tentpole team. Through some ever-delicious, retroactive continuity, it was revealed that Bucky had died when he and Steve attempted to destroy a drone plane armed with explosives by Baron Zemo sometime during the later days of World War II. Bucky fails to disarm it, which not only kills him, but threw Captain America into the cold Arctic waters, where he would be frozen and then later found and thawed out decades afterwards. This same cause of death, for Bucky, was further expanded upon in Avengers issue 56, where it shows a bit more of the events leading up to it and the effect Bucky's death had on Captain America. In terms of comic book deaths, and by that, I mean ones where you have a character dying and then coming back to life later, most of them do at some point, it's a part of the comic book business, Bucky has the all-time record of being dead, with 41 years before his revival. In Captain America Volume 5, from 2005, it's revealed that Bucky did not in fact die during World War II. His body, minus an arm, was found frozen by a Russian patrol submarine, who take his remains back to Moscow, where he is resuscitated. Now suffering from amnesia and brain damage, the Russian scientists attach a bionic arm to Bucky and brainwash him, turning him into a Soviet assassin. If you've seen Captain America the Winter Soldier, the best film in the MCU from a storytelling perspective, then you would know the basic gist of the comic book storylines entitled Out of the Past and the Winter Soldier. They follow Captain America as he tries to figure out who this mystery assassin is. When it's revealed as Bucky, it's as if a piece of his heart has been torn out. Bucky Barnes, much like Steve Rogers, is a man out of time. Unlike Captain America, though, this isn't just a case of adjusting to the present and updating one's ideologies to those of modern-day society. Bucky had his life taken away from him. He was vulnerable, brainwashed, manipulated by who he viewed as an enemy. Imagine waking up realizing you had murdered countless people while sleepwalking. Different scenario, but at the same time kind of similar. Bucky wasn't really in control of his actions, and in certain respects, neither would you in that case. Though we would remember most of his memories with Steve, thanks to the power of the Cosmic Cube, he still has to live with the sins of his past, the sins of being the Winter Soldier, no easy task. Over the years, Bucky has become more of a heroic character once again, teaming with the likes of Captain America, Hawkeye, Wolverine, and Black Widow. Interestingly, he was in a relationship with the latter while they were both assassins for the Soviet Union. After every successful mission under Department X, Bucky would be placed in cryogenic stasis, which is why he has only aged a few years in the span of several decades. Because Captain America and the Winter Soldier are both men out of time and found their way into the present, their bromance can continue for many years to come. It gives them a way of staying connected to the past while living in the future. Despite everything around them changing and elements of their old lives essentially being dead and buried, they still have each other. There have been ups and downs to their relationship, sure, but they are both survivors. They're still here.